A local Girl Scout received a very prestigious award.
And the Washington House passed a bill that could help those in need after a natural disaster. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Christian Garza.
And I'm Bonnie Fair. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
A local Girl Scout is being recognized nationwide for her incredible display of courage. Kennedy Hunt was only 9 years old when she, her grandmother, and two younger siblings were involved in a car crash last May. Kennedy saved the day by getting her two younger siblings to safety and calling 911. Hunt earned the Girl Scout Medal of Honor for her bravery. The CEO of Girl Scouts of Eastern Washington and Northern Idaho said that this medal will remind her of her heroism as she grows into a young woman.
As of this afternoon, the Pullman Arts Commission officially set a timeline for the End Racism Now mural. The PAC hopes to finish the mural by June 19th, which is a day known as Juneteenth in the Black community. If the mural is completed on schedule, the project will coincide with a possible community Juneteenth celebration. The festival would include local businesses and food vendors in downtown Pullman. According to Pullman City Council member Dan Records, if the mural is not complete by then, the PAC will create a rendering of the mural to be shared instead.
In the latest coronavirus update, Whitman County is reporting 45 positive COVID-19 test results since the end of the weekend, and no new deaths from the virus. There have been a total of 3,510 cases, 45 deaths, and 91 hospitalizations to date. The latest patients include 17 people younger than the age of 20, 20 people between ages 29 and 39, and 7 people between the ages of 40 and 59. For one piece of art in the WSU community, the amount of negative attention it has generated does not match the love it was intended for. Murrow News 8's Alan Lester is at the site of the Technicolor Heart with the story.
Thanks, Christian.
According to Moscow Pullman Daily News, after 30 years of service to the Moscow community, Keeney Bros Music Center is closing. Owner Dale Keeney said COVID-19 and Amazon are the reasons for closing. His sales are also down 30% from a year and a half ago. The Music Center has been the primary source of music in Moscow for decades.
4 school districts in Latah County have approved supplemental levies. This will provide a boost to maintenance and operation budgets in the given districts. Troy residents voted in favor of its one-year $995,000 maintenance and operations levy. The Kendrick Joint School District approved an extension on an existing levy worth $1.62 million. The Potlatch School District approved a one-year supplemental levy worth $1.65 million. And the Genesee Joint School District approved a one-year supplemental levy worth $985,000.
Police have issued a felony arrest warrant for a Moscow man and convicted sex offender. 23-year-old Austin Johnson is charged with 2 counts of communicating with a minor for immoral purposes in Whitman County Superior Court. Johnson did not show up for a recent court hearing, which prompted the judge to issue an arrest warrant.
Tuesday, the Washington House unanimously approved a wildfire prevention and forest health bill. The bill was sent to the Senate, which would create a fund that would receive $125 million each biennium. Lands Commissioner Hillary Franz said that this would help make areas less susceptible to wildfires, as the state sometimes spends more than $150 million each year to suppress wildfires.
According to Pullman Radio, the Whitman County Palouse Empire Fair is scheduled to return this year with the theme Back in the Saddle. The fair will run from September 9th through the 12th at the fairgrounds west of Colfax.
The House passed a bill that will help those in need during a pandemic.
And Alaska is making some big moves with the COVID vaccine when we return.
The Democratic-controlled House gave its final approval for President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief package on Wednesday. The package includes a $1,400 stimulus check for individuals making $75,000 or less, as well as couples making under $150,000. Billions to help schools and colleges reopen, and funding for vaccine distribution. The final vote was 220 to 211, with one Democrat voting against the bill and all Republicans opposing it. The White House said that President Biden will sign the bill into law on Friday.
As of today, Alaska is the first state to drop eligibility requirements for COVID-19 vaccines. According to Governor Mike Dunleavy, anyone ages 16 and older who lives or works in the state is eligible to get a vaccine. Alaska, which has about 57,000 COVID-19 cases and 301 related deaths, has led states in the percentages of its population vaccinated thus far.
Schools across the country are reopening this week. Middle school students went back to school in Chicago, and New York has announced that it would welcome tens of thousands of high school students back on March 22nd. After months of hesitation towards reopening, Los Angeles did announce a tentative agreement with its teachers' union to bring preschool and elementary school students back to the classrooms part-time in mid-April. Older students will return in late April. All students and staff will receive weekly COVID tests.
The weather has been absolutely beautiful lately. Let's go to Natalie at the weather wall to see what's coming up in the forecast.
Thanks, Bonnie. Hi, I'm Natalie Newcomb, and I've got your weather. So let's take a look at today. It had some light showers here on the Palouse with lows of 28 and a high of 46. Not much wind today, with sunrise at a little bit past 6 a.m. and sundown around 5:48. Now let's take a look at tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be very sunny, so that's lots of fun. Very similar temperatures, but notice that there is going to be a light breeze tomorrow, so be careful of that. Now let's take a look at that state map. On western Washington, in the low 50s for the highs, and for tonight's lows in the lower 30s. Olympia, partly cloudy. Seattle, sunny. Now let's take a look over at eastern Washington. We are kind of all over the place today. Tri-Cities was the warmest and sunny at 57 degrees. Yakima was 53 degrees, partly cloudy. Spokane was cloudy, and Pullman was the coldest today with some scattered showers here and there. Now let's take a look at that 5-day forecast. So if you like sun, you've got it for the next 3 days, and in the temperatures around 50 to highs of 50s and 30 for your lows, and Sunday and Monday partly cloudy, with Sunday being your warmest. Back to you at the desk.
WSU men's basketball battled it out in Las Vegas this afternoon.
And the NFL set its salary cap for the 2021 season. We'll have that and more after the break.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
WSU men's baseball bringing the heat early this season. The Cougars getting their 9th win of the season just 10 games in, unlike a season from 2 years ago, which took 43 games to reach 9 wins. Zane Mills on the mound on Friday led to the Cougs to take the series opener 6-1 against Seattle U Redhawks, with help from Colin Montez and Jack Smith. They also received a win on Saturday with a 14-7 point game, and majority of the runs coming in the last 4 innings. The Cougs will head to Seattle for a 2-game series against the Redhawks beginning on Thursday. WSU's men's basketball lost to Arizona State 64-59 in their first and only Pac-12 conference tournament game. Alonzo Verge Jr. lead ASU is in scoring with 26 points. Isaac Bonton led the Cougs with 19 points. The Cougs made a large second half comeback but were unable to sustain any major lead. Gonzaga men's basketball makes history this week. Gonzaga won 88-78 against BYU on Thursday, making them the only 20th team in the history to enter the NCAA tournament with a 0 in the loss column. They are now guaranteed to be the #1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament. Now, if they win 6 more games, they will be the first undefeated national champions since Indiana in 1976. NFL decreased salary cap by 8% from previous year. The NFL and the NFL Players Association decided on Wednesday to have a salary cap of $182.5 million per team for 2021. The league informed all teams in a memo on Wednesday morning, which was obtained by ESPN. The salary drop will force teams to make difficult decisions about the roster in the coming weeks. The cap had been increasing since 2011, with 2020 topping off at $198.2 million.
The state of Washington has claimed a special title for the second time.
Murrow News 8 will be right back.
Some exciting news for Washingtonians. Washington State was named the best state according to the U.S. News. This is the second time we have won this title, and we are the first state to win it twice. Washington got this title because of its low-carbon energy system and secondary education system that is ranked as some of the best in the nation.
You know what, Christian? I'm honestly not surprised. I love this state and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
No, I agree. The 4 seasons are the best, and it is so beautiful during the spring and summer seasons.
It really is. It's really waking up here in Pullman at least, and we've had some really sunny days, so it's just a beautiful state to live in.
Exactly. Thanks for watching. If you missed anything in this or previous newscast, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel at Murrow News 8.
More news can be found at nwpb.org/MN8, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night.